Hi, right, today we're going to do the Crochet Sunburst Square Chicken. It's to make a chicken out of 2 sunburst squares. The sunburst squares are quite easy to do. Once you've done them, you will want to do a lot of them. So I'm going to show you first of all how to do the sunburst actual squares. The brighter the better, hence the name Sunburst. I'll just move these flowers out of the way. They're for a pig I'm doing at the moment. So I'm going to get them from my little basket that my husband said I would never use. I knew it was a waste of money, so there you go. I'm picking the brightest colours here, but I like to, you usually just need 4. So you can get these little small bits of yarn to use, or you can use yarn that you've got, you know, that you haven't used on other projects. It's great for using up yarn. But I usually like to do a white sort of edging round. I just think it makes it just look clean and square. So I'm going to pick 4. So I'm going to start off with the purple, because the purple, I like to start off with a darker colour, and I always like to include a yellow for the petals. So there we go. So I will put the rest of these back and we'll start with the purple. There we go. We are going to need to have a 3.5 to 4mm needle, a yarn needle, some scissors, stitch marker. You'll need some stuffing, and you'll also need some safety eyes, but you can embroider them. I like to embroider them. I don't know why, I just enjoy it. So here we go. We're going to start off with the magic ring. And I'll show you how I do the magic ring. Everybody does it differently. Some people like to just do, do some chains. So I like to, so I start off there and I go round and then I cross it there, hold it with my ring finger. Then I put it in between the fingers, under that first one, grab that second one, bring it round, grab that second one again, and then you make a little knot, which, guess what? I'm showing it and I never make a mistake, and yeah, I've gone and done it today. Right, so cross there, under, then bring it through there, and through there. And you've got yourself a little magic ring. The other way to do it is you can stitch on how you like, and then you just do 1, 2, 3 chains, and then just go into the first chain. But I find it closes better with a magic ring. Okay, so there we go. I'm just going to do it again. Through, back, there. This here, this will actually close it for you at the end. So then put that round twice under your ring finger and your middle finger, and then you use your middle and your thumb. That holds the yarn, that holds the stitch. This is your working yarn. So we're going to do 8. Sorry, not 8. I do apologise. First of all, we're going to do a chain of 3. That's classed as 1 stitch. Then you're going to do double crochets, or UK treble crochets. I do prefer the US terms, I must admit. So then you need to do another 15 of yarn over, through the hole, grab the yarn, hold it there, take through 2, take through 2. Then grab the yarn, through, take 2, take 2. So that is a double crochet or a treble crochet. So go under, through the hole, grab some more yarn. You have 3 on there, and you do that. Under, through the yarn, grab, then 2. So you should have, with the chain, you should have 16 altogether at the end of the row. So here we go, I've got the 16 altogether, including this chain. So I'm going to actually close that up with this other bit of yarn starting, and then I'm going to slip stitch that through there. Okay, so there we've got a slip stitch there, and we're going to change the colour to yellow. So I love the yellow because it's what it is, sunburst, so it gives the actual puff petals. So I'm going to go through that loop with the yellow, just like that. I'll do it again for you so you can have a look. So you've got this, and then you get this here, just fold it over and hook it in and bring it through here and tighten it. There you go. What I tend to do to keep them firm is, after I've done, I'll just do 1 stitch. I'll just do a chain like that, and I'll go behind, and it's just so that later on when it's all put together you haven't got anything coming out. It's just double security. So I do a knot with the 2 colours, the start and the end yarns there. These will actually be sewn in at the end, but it just makes it doubly secure. I'm just one of those that likes everything doubly secure. So then you can pull on that a little bit more. So we chained 1, and then where we're going to go is, so here we go. So we go into the first stitch. I like to, so that we're not having to sew them in later, I sometimes include them in like that. So we pull on that, go through the first stitch, grab that, but we don't do anything. I tend to pull them up to a height. Oh, draw that again. So on this first chain, we're going to do 1 chain like that, and we're going to do the puff petals. So you put your hook underneath, through the first stitch, grab the yarn like that, but you're not going to do anything. You're going to leave them on your hook. Go underneath, through, grab, that's 2, underneath, grab, back through the hole, and that's 3. And then you go through all 3 and you do a chain to secure it. Then we go to the next stitch, and you go underneath, grab that yarn, go through the next stitch, grab that yarn, there's 3 on the stitch, grab that yarn, grab it back through the hole, that's 2, back through, take that through the hole, grab some more, grab it back through the yarn, hole, and then you pull it through all, helps if I do that right, through all of them, and you can slip off, never goes right when you're videoing, and that's 3. And then you do another chain to secure underneath, and then through the hole, drag that through the hole, underneath, take that into the hole, grab that and bring that back through the hole, that's 2, grab that, go through the hole, bring, that's 3, and there you go, and chain again. So you do that all the way around, which I've missed, actually is very easy to do. We are going to frog it, and I'll do that again. So as you can see, I'm doing the video so I'm not right over it, but here you go, go into that next stitch, grab that, bring that through the hole, grab that yarn, take it through the hole, grab that yarn, bring it back through the hole, grab that yarn, take it through the hole, grab that yarn and bring it back through the hole, and you've done 3. and you'll have on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Grab it through and chain it. And you'll do them all the way around. So you'll do 16 of those all together. You should have 16 on your on there for the sunburst. So I'll see you at the end. Hi. Right, we've got 16 there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. And then I'm just going to slip stitch through there. And there we go. So we're going to change to the next colour. Make sure there's plenty there on there. And there you have. Do a bit of flattening. So the next colour, I'm going to drag out. I think I may go for this shocking pink. Let's say it's your project. You do what you want to do. I mean, if you're using up yarn, just do as much as you want, but it helps if they don't clash. But then again, some people like to clash, so that's not a big deal. So I'm going to go into that previous stitch there, and I'm going to hook it onto there. And you've got that there. I just like vibrant colours. I didn't used to, but I don't know, it's an age thing, I think. The more I get older, the more I like more vibrant colours. So, I'm going to tie those two together. Those to the end and the start. So the end of the yellow row and the pink start. Don't do it too tight, because you might, you know, pull the shape. So there we go. So that's your ends and your starter. So I'm going to pull this through, take them to the back. So we now have the one. We're going to do clusters. Now, if you're anything like me with clusters, you'll find that you can never remember the puffs or the clusters. So with the clusters, it's a bit different. So I'll do 2 chains here. Then I'm going to go into the first stitch. So it's going under again, going into that stitch, grabbing that and bring it back through to the stitch. But you take off 2. And so you're still left with 2 on there. And then you, excuse me. Then you go through again, take 2 off, and you've got 3. Then you do that again. And there, you're left with 4. Go through there, and that's a cluster. So the puff is so that it looks puffy, and that one is more flat, is a cluster. So then what you'll do then is, sorry, I thought I started the video, so I will show you, because I didn't start the video, how to do the cluster. The cluster is like the puff, but it's just done differently. The puff stitch is because it's very puffy, so it gives you that sort of petal, and the clusters are a lot flatter. So on here we have there, and I have actually tied it at the back, and we'll do 2 chains. Then we're going to take the yarn, go through the hole, grab the yarn, and there you've got the yarn, all of the hook on all the stitches on your hook, but you just take it through 2, leaves you with 2. Go under the yarn, take it through, grab that yarn, just take off 2 stitches, you're left with 3. One more time, under the yarn, through the hole, grab that yarn, bring it back through the hole, take it through 2, and you're left with 4. So you grab the yarn, take it through all of them, and do 2 chains. As you can see, it's a lot flatter. Here's a cluster. So you're going to grab that yarn, take it through the next stitch with the gap there, take it through, grab that yarn, bring it back through the hole, take it through 2 stitches, leaving 2 stitches under. Go under, grab that yarn, take it through, grab that yarn, and there you're left with 3. Take that yarn, go through the hole, grab that yarn, bring that back through the hole, take it off 2, and you've got 4. And then you do 2 stitches. So we want to have 16 of them, so I'll see you around at the other side. There's another alternative I should show you actually, first of all. If you ever wanted to do it, make it more 3-dimensional, this is another way you could do it. You can grab that, go into the back loop there, and 2, grab that, go through the back yarn, 2, back yarn, grab, bring that through, and then through there and do 2. What you'll find is there, it looks a bit pulley at the moment, but it won't. But what you'll find is at the end, when you do it, that goes behind there. So you've got, it stands out of the petal. So that's another way to do it. Okay, so I'll see you at the other end, whichever way you want to do it. So hi, I'm back at the end of the row. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. I put my hair up specially and I'm still getting hairs coming onto the project. So just get rid of that. Then we slip stitch it together. And there we go. Now that is a circle. You can, when you've finished it, you can actually press it if you like to, but that's definitely going to be stand out, isn't it? So we are now going to go and do to make it square, and I'm going to do it with a blue. Definitely the blue is, I usually like a sort of more genteel blue than that, but hey ho, it'll be quite good fun, and it'll stand out because this one will probably go to the market with me to actually show how what the end result is. So it'll definitely stand out on my stall. So we're going to grab that, pull it through here, like I say, make sure there's plenty there, and then I just do 1 chain so that I can, as you can see, there's a jungle of mess here, but you can sew that in. I can show you at the end about sewing in. This is actually a very fun one to do if you've got a really bad attention span as I do. Then it's great because every row is a different stitch. So first of all, we're going to go on to this one. So we're going to chain 3 because we're going to start off with a double crochet or treble crochet in UK terms. So that's 3, but this will make into a corner. So you go under, so that's going to count as 1, the chain. Go under and do 2 more. So grab that and bring it back through the hole, through 2, through 2, under, through the hole, do 2, do 2. Then what I tend to do, right, so we're going to do 2 chains and then do the same again through 3. You can include that yarn just to, rather than sew it at the end. 1 and through, under, through the hole, grab the yarn back through the hole, and 2 and 2. Grab underneath, take it through the hole, grab some more yarn, bring it back through, and then through 2 and 2. So you've got 2 lots of 3. There's the double, the 3 chains you did there, and then the 2 double crochets, and then 2 chains. We are not going to do a chain here because we're going to try and keep them as neatly packed as possible. So this one, next one, because it's going in height. So you go through, whoops, underneath, and then you're going to do a half double crochet or a half treble, whichever you follow, and that has got 3 on. But instead of going through 2 and 2, you go through all 3. Grab the yarn there, take it through the hole, grab the yarn there, and you've got 3 on your hook, and go through all 3. My favourite stitch. Don't know why, it just is. Go underneath, grab that, pull that through, and then through there. So this is why you don't include it in. Sometimes I try and see if I can get away with it, but I can't. Can you see? It's going through there, so it does need to be stitched. So the next one we go, it's going down in height order. So this is just going to be a single stitch or double stitch for the UK. So that's 1, 2, 3. And there you go. And then the next one, we're going back up in height. And you go under, through the hole, grab some more yarn, go through all 3. Grab the yarn, take it through the hole, grab the yarn, bring it back through the hole and go through all 3. Grab the yarn, go through the hole, grab the yarn, bring it back through the hole, and you've got all 3. Then you go to we're doing another corner, so you go through, grab the yarn, go through that hole there, and then you go through 2 and then go through 2. Grab the yarn through the hole, grab the yarn back through the hole, bring through 2, bring through 2. Go underneath, grab the yarn through the hole, grab the yarn and go through 2, 2. Then it's 2 chains, then it's 1, back through the hole, and there's another 3 sections, and it's through 2 again, underneath, grab the yarn, go through the hole, bring that back through the hole, 2 and 2, and then it's half again. So you follow the same here. Can you see it's taken shape as a square? So I'll come back to you at the end. Hi, so I'm just doing the last half treble, half double, then slip stitch. What I would recommend is that you don't do it too tight. Oh, I've missed one, there you go, too busy talking. So I'll do 2 more. Do it too tight, because what can happen is it can look a bit slanted. So if you try and do it as loose as you can, easier said than done, but there you go. Then slip stitch. Now, a lot of people, that's the end, that's it, done, all sorted. You can then put it onto a board. You can squirt it with water and then just put it onto the board, so they're all the same. But I like to just add a bit of white on the end. I don't know, it just gives it that polished look. But you don't have to, if you don't want to make more work for yourself. So here you go. All it is to do a single crochet all the way around, because you will have another, when you sew them together, you will actually get where you will get another border, so it'll like be quite a thick border. But as you can see, I'm just going to tie them 2 together. You don't have to do this. I like to do this. It just does secure it. Let's say, and then you can sew them in as you go along, which if you're sensible you would, but I'm not sensible. So you will then do it at the end. Make sure you don't miss any. So there you go. Now you can sew in this edge bit. Just all you do is every stitch put in. It's just to give it a polished look, as I say. As you can see going along there. Gives it more of an edge as well as you're going along, but just do every stitch all the way around and then a slip stitch at the end, and you can then sew that last bit in. Okay, so I'll see you at the end.